Spiritual enlightenment conversation. We're going to talk about spiritual fasting. And the fasting part is fasting away from anything that distracts you away from your thoughts. When you're distracted from your thoughts and you ignore your thoughts, you ignore Jesus and God. A whisper from Jesus and God comes in the form of a thought. So stop being distracted and pay more attention to them. So anything that distracts you, that keep you earthbound, that pulls your soul back to earth and doesn't let it gravitate to your spirit side, your celestial side, your mental side, your energy, is distracting you from your real destination, your real trials and tribulations. You're satisfied. Just even when they name liquor and alcohol spirit, because they know it distracts you and separates you from your spirit. And don't always pay attention to everything your soul wants. It's what your spirit desires. And understand which ones are stronger, which one should be stronger. Your spirit is something that God owns. You have the spirit of God. He took the seed of a man and the egg of a woman, and he bonded together with his spirit and left it inside a woman's womb. It grew from that fetus, from her flesh. She's a goddess. She gave her life for that child. She gave her flesh. Understand that. A female receives the rib of God. She's a goddess. An angel in his celestial form receives the blood of God. A goddess bleeds the blood of God, carries God's child and live through her birth. Sound like she almost walked on top of water. That's her goddess level. That is her Fiji woo. The fee of a female, the G of a girl, and the woo of a woman. All transcending into her lady. She's a lady goddess, a lady mother goddess in heaven. To the mother that child on earth just was our mother and child in heaven. She come from God's rib. That's my thoughts. But understanding how to cleanse yourself, how the spiritual truly fast is cutting out anything that distracts you from your thoughts. And it has to be positive thoughts. Our free will is to choose between negative and positive. I believe my God and Jesus is positive. If I don't know what I would do myself, I ask, what would Jesus do? Cleanse yourself. Not just from stop eating, but things that distract you, like food, the satisfactory of food. What else gives you satisfaction? Drinking. What else distracts you from your true, deeper thoughts? Taking the time to think. Because when you're thinking about your thoughts, you're having a conversation with Jesus and God. What comes of that conversation is called wisdom. When you learn how to speak that wisdom that they gave to you, that's only common between you and God and Jesus, that's the one makes sense of it. Then when that becomes common, it's always going to make sense to you. That's what you vast in. That's what you enjoy. Let your thoughts and your thinking of your thoughts is a conversation with Jesus and God. What comes with that conversation is wisdom. Learn how to speak that wisdom with purity, with honesty, because they know your thoughts. And most people don't match what they say with their true thoughts. A lie is a sin. Don't go around speaking somebody else's lie, because it will become your sin. And when you know it doesn't truly match your thoughts, but yet you still speak it, don't empower somebody else's lie and take it on as a sin of yours. Because at the end of your days, you're going to have to answer for it. You're going to have to answer for it. Understand that. But this is spiritual cleansing, spiritual fasting. Truly give yourself more time with your thoughts. Connect with your spirit. Connect with your spirit. Beyond your soul wants a lot of things. It's what your spirit desires. Your soul been written on and written through by so many people before you. Connect with your spirit, your higher self, your celestial self. All females are goddesses. All males are angels. We're descending angels and goddesses that walks amongst as males and females on earth, only to return to heaven as our higher self that we can be on earth as a lady and a gentleman. I will never stand in front of my God as a man. A man is a symbol of strength and tough. There's no need for me to be tough in front of my God. The cleaner version of me is a gentleman, a respectful version of me. I respect what's greater than me. A man thinks he's the greatest thing on earth. God put us on earth first to clear a path and build a house. He sent a woman next to make the house into a home. I don't want to be first on earth. I want to be third in heaven because I know that's the true direction. I stand behind any lady goddess. Any lady goddess is a gentle angel. As a gentle, you can be a man angel. The highest thing you can be on earth as greater than a man is a gentleman. You still have to let it go to receive that angel, gentle angel, lady goddess. A woman won't stand in front of God as a woman. He don't want no man in heaven. He will not accept. And if I know that, why try to be a great man if God ain't going to accept a man? And if I know it's a gentleman, and that's a mental and emotional creature that does his biddies on a mental and emotional level, on the highest level that he can, he thinks about it. He acts beyond himself. He puts something beyond himself, beyond the man in him, and think we know it all. We're willing to learn and listen to others and put others before ourselves. That's the gentleman qualities. Third in heaven, I'm behind the second creature to God. That's a lady. That's a goddess. I am a guardian angel of a goddess. I'm a gentleman to a lady. There ain't no man, there ain't no woman in heaven. You better believe that. Understand that. And really think about it. Why, ladies, if God ain't accept a man in heaven, why would you? Why should you? And heaven on earth is between the legs of a goddess, a lady goddess. God gave enough man and you should never need, want, or ask him for one. Believe in the man that you already possess within yourself and know that's enough. And at the end of the day, how do you want to be treated? Tough or gentle? After a long day, how do you want to be treated by your other half? Tough or gentle? The majority would say gentle. So ask God for a gentleman. Denounce the man in your man and denounce the man in you. And know that you gave that man that you have in your woman up to the male that's in your life as a gentleman. He's responsible for the things that you need to be responsible as a woman. Now, if you still want to hold on to responsibilities, then you're going to stay a woman. You got to make that decision which male in your life can handle it like a gentleman and respect it. Because before any male can get on his knees for God, he got to bow down for something greater than himself, and that is a lady goddess. We live in our cocoon, we die in our cocoon. And there's so many men and women out there. God don't make nothing bad. There is no bad man, there is no bad woman. We're just not right for each other. And admitting to that, you'll be able to move ahead. You're going to experience it and go through your trials and tribulations for however long it needs to take you before you get that self-proclaimed answer. We all got LD problems. We all learn differently. There's nothing wrong with that. But know that you're learning something. Sex ain't bad. It's what you desire from it and who you giving it to. If you're acting like a woman, you're giving it to a man. You're letting man through heaven. And a man don't want to know you that way. What he desires in his mind, we've been saying it for so long, we just haven't said it out. We want a lady in the street and a freak in a sheet. No, there ain't no woman in it. And God is okay with us asking for that. God is okay with us asking for that. But we got to show her the only thing that can possess a lady is a gentleman. Y'all haven't said enough. You should sit there and say, what you want is a gentleman in the street and a beast in the sheets. Not a man. A man that's a monster. He don't care who's in the sheets. A beast is methodical. No different. He's physically just as big, but he uses mental and emotional. He knows he got to be something greater than himself. And that's the one that's coming in the sheets with him. You can call it Beauty and the Beast, or the Beast with the Freak. But understand your position, your place, and why you're there. If God thought sex was bad, he would have never gave a woman 8 to 15,000 nerve endings. It's who you're using it with that's bad. Don't use it with a man. Don't look for her to please the man. A gentleman picks something to be for herself. A gentleman would please the lady first. Understand the definition between man and gentleman, woman and lady. Understand the true definition. A lady would never say what a woman says. They may be the exact thing that they both thinking, but if a woman got to yelp it out, then she's dealing with a man. He ain't listening. He may hear her, but he ain't listening. And a lady knows she don't got to tell a gentleman. And the gentleman knows you need to do it no matter what it is. You can't just say you are it. You have to be it. And that's the answer to your higher self. That is the answer to your higher self. I will only stand in front of my God as a gentleman. But before I can do it for God, I got to do it on earth as I would do it in heaven. All females are goddesses. I bow down to them as an angel. Can't stand a woman. Can't stand a woman. Jesus and God both know cannot stand a woman. I understand a woman. And any woman out there that feels that she got to stay in her woman form, that means she hasn't selected a male that's strong enough to be the man that she can trust to be her gentleman. So she's still holding on to that man form. She has to make that decision which one's worthy to handle the man in her. You can't persuade her. You can't motivate her. It's something she has to come to that decision. No different man has to come to the decision that he has to be a gentleman. Doesn't matter if somebody think you should be or if you are. If you don't feel you are and you don't think you should be, then guess what? You're going to still behave like a man and a woman. Doesn't matter what everybody else may think of us or what we may want to say ourselves. Our actions going to speak louder than words. And that's right there. That's insanity. That's insane. Keep on doing the same doggone thing and thinking and wishing for a different outcome. You got to do something different to receive something different and get something different. Understand that. If you live in your past and keep on doing the same thing over and over, that's living. If you remember what you did from your past and planning your present, you'll get to your future. Understand how to apply that. Only you can be honest with you and the things that distract you from your true thoughts. But it's spiritual fasting. Understand the story I just said to you. Take the time to really connect with on a spiritual level. Have a blessed day.